Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakak. Double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone, the men that taught us the truth through the Spirit. Peace and blessings to the elect, to you brothers that teach His word in truth and sincerity, and the rest of the Israelites, the elect Israelites that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. The Israelites are consisted of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians and Mexicans, according to biblical prophecy. Now, today's show or discourse is going to be about the great folly that our people commit. All right, this show is going to be about Labor Day, you know, that Popeye's chicken sandwich bullshit, and all the other worldly things that our people put above the Most High. Because Jake is getting judged left and right. Jake is getting put to death by the police. They're dying by drugs. They're dying by alcohol. They got poor education. They got poor health. But yet they still find room to party and celebrate like they got something to party and celebrate about. You are in captivity. You are in slavery, mentally and physically. Okay? Because you got to go to your enemy for the want of all things. Food, shelter, water, clothes. You have to go to your enemy to possess those things. And until you realize that you have to come back to your power, come back to your nationality, you will continue to face harsh judgment. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the scriptures. But first, I want to get into this Labor Day being the pagan holiday of the Feast of Bacchus. And we're going to get into a little bit of history. The
2 Maccabees 6, I'll start verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Now this is going back to the rulership of the Greeks. The Maccabees are Israelites during the Greek captivity. So this is the history of how, when we was under the Greek captivity, we was unable to keep the Lord's statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father. All right. You also know that as the Torah. So read it again.
Right. So, pardon me. 2 Maccabees 6, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
And first and foremost, the Maccabees is in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was a part of the original King James Version 1611, but due to the elites of the society, there was something called the Bible Destruction Group that took the Apocrypha out of the King James Version because of the historical documents and prophecies that's written in it. So if you can't find this so-called book called the Maccabees, you have to go buy Apocrypha, okay? Or a Bible, a King James 1611 version, and you will have this book in there. So go ahead, Brother Salakia.
Right. So it says, first, 2 Maccabees 6 and 6, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So
it wasn't lawful, meaning you couldn't keep the Sabbath days, the feast days, which is our true high holy days, our true holidays, the things that we're supposed to celebrate and come together, congregate, and worship the Lord or praise the Lord. We couldn't keep those things, or to even profess itself to be an Israelite. Okay? If you had called yourself an Israelite, you were sentenced to death. Your family was taken away from you. They castrated our men. They did many acts of wickedness against us for professing and confessing who we are. Go ahead.
I just want to add on, of course, the Sabbath day, you know, in the 10 Commandments, the Lord said to remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy.
Right.
So, you know, the Greeks, which is the so-called white man today, or Esau.
Right.
All right. He's, you know, like today, just wants to suppress, you know, our true nationality in our minds, you know.
Because the heathens know that as long as we continue to break the law, statutes, and commandments, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will have nothing to do with us. Because that's the agreement, that's the covenant that we made with him. If we keep his laws, he will be our God, and we will be his people. And if we break his laws, he won't be our God. We won't be in a position of power. We won't be in a position of rulership. But contrary to popular belief, the Lord had a remnant, okay? He had an elect that's going to be, that's going to wake up to who they are, rehearse the righteous acts, and call upon their power for deliverance. Yeah.
Right. So it says, verse 7, and in the day of the king's birth, his birthday, and in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter, they were, like it says, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices, and when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
So when the holy days of the heathens came up, when the pagan days, because they're not holy, if it's not of the Most High and his Son in the scriptures, there's nothing holy about it. There's nothing sacred about it. Okay? So these were the pagan holidays of the heathens. All right? Like birthdays, the weeping of Tammuz, the worshiping of Semiramis and Tammuz, which is so-called Christmas, the worship of Easter, which is Ashtoreth, if I'm saying that correctly. All right? You have all these pagan holidays that our people celebrate today, and they don't know the origin of where they came from. They say it's for the kids, but your kids don't know what's right from wrong unless you teach them what's right from wrong. Your kids don't know to celebrate Labor Day or celebrate birthdays and holidays unless you teach them what Labor Day, birthdays, and holidays are. And you don't teach them what the word of the Lord says, because the Lord tells you not to celebrate those feasts and those celebration days, because those celebrations are the worshiping of other gods, other deities, and other heathen nations. So it says, neither, verse 7, and in the day of the king's birth every month, they were brought to bitter constraints to eat of the sacrifices. That was unlawful foods. All right? Because according to our law, Leviticus, the 10th chapter, we have a dietary law of what we're supposed to eat and not supposed to eat. Okay?
Hold on, son. It says they were brought by bitter constraint, meaning they were forced to do it. You know, they got beaten or whatever way how they was forced to do it. But you know, of course, you had Jake in there that was willing to do it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices, and when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were forced to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
And that's what Labor Day is today. And we're going to prove it to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Right.
Because we're going to get into the history of what Bacchus is and was. I mean, how Bacchus was celebrated.
So,
and you're going to see the correlation between Labor Day today and Bacchus back then.
So this is a simply Wikipedia what it says about Bacchus. It says Dionysus is the god of the grape harvest, winemaking and wine, of fertility, ritual madness, and religious ecstasy, and theater in ancient Greek religion and myth.
And that shows you all those things is what Labor Day upholds. Religious madness. Because there's nothing but madness that goes on the walkway, man. On what's that, Eastern Parkway. Nothing but madness in Brooklyn, New York, the Eastern Parkway. Nothing but madness goes on.
Yeah, drunkenness.
Drunkenness, because that's the spirit of Dionysus. All right, wine, drunkenness, madness. What else it said?
It says
ecstasy.
Yeah, yes.
You got our people that's drunk out their minds. You got people that be having sex, prostitute, all types of shit that goes on in the Parkway. And the number one thing, murder. Jake be gunning each other down, robbing each other, and stabbing each other on the Parkway every year since I was a kid. Yeah.
It says he is also known as Bacchus.
Mm-hmm.
And
and then when you look up a picture of this devil, of this demon, okay, they got him butt ass naked with his little peckerwood poking out. Now, what kind of God is butt ass naked?
Which, that's what goes on the Parkway. People get dressed up and basically they're butt naked. They got little strings on them, you know, little outfits that reveal their private parts.
Yeah.
It says the name adopted by Romans and the frenzy he includes is Bacchus. All right, I'm gonna jump down a little bit. It says his wine, music, and ecstatic dance free his followers from self-conscious fear and care, and subvert the oppressive restraints of the powerful.
And that's what they do on the Parkway, man. I know we don't do no post-production or no editing, but just YouTube Labor Day. And you can see, what you're going to see is a whole bunch of women shaking their asses from all age groups, from elder women to younger women, shaking their asses. Like the brother said, in G-strings and revealing apparel. Okay? Right. See-through bras, see-through panties. Some of them wear thongs and G-strings. And all they doing is shaking their ass on a boardwalk. And then you got men out there drunken out their goddamn mind. They can't even tell you their damn names or where they live at. They get pissy drunk out there. Yeah.
Nah, now it's on that. And I'm about to bring up the definition of procession.
Yeah, because the scriptures say the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus.
Right. So, you know, this is basically Google definition of procession. It says a number of people or vehicles moving forward in an orderly fashion, especially as part of a ceremony or festival.
So it's in procession, just like they do, what's it called?
Was that Labor Day?
Yeah, not Labor Day, Thanksgiving, when they got the damn floats and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what to call that shit though.
Damn. But anyway, that's
parades.
Parades.
Yes, parades.
That's the word, parade. That's the same shit they do at Labor Day. They got the big ass trucks with the big speakers, the DJ speakers, and they all go in an orderly fashion. Each tribe from Judah, Benjamin, and Levi is out there, all right, celebrating so-called Labor's Day, which really is the spirit and the pagan holiday of Bacchus. They're in orderly fashion going down from Buffalo Avenue all the way down to the Brooklyn Children's Museum. I mean, Library, the Brooklyn Library, that's right there near Prospect Park. They're going down in orderly fashion, shaking their stinking asses, stinking pussies, and the men bug the hell out their minds. People are getting robbed, people are getting trampled, people are getting stabbed and shot. And they still go out there and shake their funky asses. Why? Because they're in the spirit of Bacchus. They get possessed with demons. When you out there on the Parkway, you get possessed with demons. The brother just read that they become, what does it say? Self-conscious. What does it say?
Yeah, it says his followers from says his wine, music, and ecstatic dance free his followers from self-conscious.
They free their followers from self-conscious. They're not aware because they're drunken. And Yahweh Shai in the scriptures tell us complete opposite of that. Yahweh Shai said, watch as well as pray, lest ye fall into temptation. The scriptures tell us to always be on point.
So be sober.
Be sober. Be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, is like as a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. And those people out there that said the spirit of Bacchus are not being vigilant of their adversary, which is Esau Edom. Okay? Which is the so-called Caucasian race. All right? So they was forced, read the definition of procession one more time.
Right. So this is procession. It says a number of people or vehicles, or like those floats they have out there with the music and everybody shaking their ass on it. It says moving forward in an orderly fashion, right, straight down Eastern Parkway, especially as part of a ceremony or festival, and that's Labor Day, you know, and all these different, you know, parades that they have.
Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yep.
Dominican Day Parade. Cuban Day Parade.
Yep. They basically worshiping different gods and, you know, myths and you know different beliefs. All right. In other words, we ain't following Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler.
And what's that? What's that evil? The so-called white man rulership. All right, Esau rulership. Okay, all these wickedness going around. Jake, you so-called Negroes, like the Native Americans, don't know your true power, your true nationality. The confusion, right?
And it says, as an error which proceeded from the ruler.
Yeah, because you would think, you know, what's going on is the most high must have been a mistake. You know, if you just woke up out of a coma, you'd say, oh shoot, what's going on? The most high made a mistake, right?
And who's the ruler of the society? The so-called white man. All right. Donald Trump is the president of America.
Yeah. But
the elites of the society are the international bankers, the elites. That's why the scriptures say, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right, right.
Because look at what's going on in the society. You can tell how the society is ran, who's the people in power. There's nothing but wickedness going on. Sodomites, adulterers, idolaters, and everything that's anti-Messiah against the Lord's statutes and commandments is promoted and exalted in this society.
Yeah.
Verse 6, folly is set in great dignity,
right,
and a rich sit in a low place.
And that's that folly, the folly you're talking about. Right, yeah, you got the Labor Day parade, and all these other parades out there. There's also, what we talking about with this chicken thing.
Oh yeah, the Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Popeye's chicken sandwich, you know, which is causing all types of ruckus and riots, and people want to fight the
damn the damn cashiers
because they ran out of the employees because they ran out of chicken sandwiches. The sandwich got demons on it, man. It's a damn chicken sandwich. I didn't get no one urge to go and get a chicken sandwich when I heard about this thing, man.
Thank you.
Everybody's like, oh, this one dude say his tears taste like chicken. But you know, Jake is just into all the folly, man. And the majority of people doing this thing is Jake.
It's our people.
Yep.
You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians and Mexicans.
Yep.
It's like there was no commercial at all for the Popeye's chicken sandwich. Who was the commercial? Who was the one selling it? You Israelites. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians and Mexicans. The saying is, the rumor is that y'all basically you promoted it worth, I think, $25 million worth of promotion. And y'all niggas don't care about y'all jobs. Y'all don't care about y'all businesses. Y'all don't care about making a dollar. You don't care about your own damn kids that got pissy diapers and shitty diapers or feeding them. but you fucking care and promoting some goddamn chicken sandwich. And first and foremost, you don't care about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, the God of Israel. You don't care about the Lord's statutes and commandments and your heritage. But you care about promoting some goddamn chicken sandwich. Like the brother say, you niggas and you spicks and you goddamn tomahawks got demons on y'all, man. So it says folly is set in great dignity.
Right, because Esau is in rulership. Real quick, watching, you know, what's going on around the world. In Spain, they had a festival. It's basically it was a crowd having a tomato fight. You know, Spain, that's Spaniards, also Edomites. But you know, of course, Jake is in the mix over there too.
Of course.
You know, but in Spain, you know, they had it was crazy. A whole crowd of people throwing tomatoes at each other. A war. You know, and it's, you know, it's just the times we're in. You know, this is what's going on. That's why I should say folly is set in great dignity. You know, and also because the white man's in rulership. Right?
There's a damn global crisis going on. There's an economic crisis, agriculture crisis. Everything about this world is going down. It's plummeting down.
Yep, the dollar's crashing.
The dollar, Dow Jones, Wall Street, everything is going down. But you got fucking heathens throwing tomatoes at each other. And you know you got Jake, because Jake was taking over, which Jake is a short version of saying Jacob or Israelites. You got Israelites that scattered amongst the Spaniards, fucking throwing tomatoes at each other. What does that have to do with the Most High? What does that have to do with the scriptures? Your salvation. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2. It is better to go in the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
House of mourning is right here. We understand the scriptures amongst the brotherhood. All right. We could be out there. What's this? A Friday. We do anything right now, you know. But here we are through the spirit. We over here breaking bread, you know, doing the works. All right, being edified in the spirit. That's the best place to be. Right.
Then to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Listen, you don't gotta be at a parade. What's gonna happen if you hang out on the block on a corner for a certain amount of time? Somebody gonna get shot.
Yeah.
They're gonna get drunk, and people start shooting. And then what's gonna happen? You're gonna have Jake on the news again. All right, acting like idiots.
No justice, no peace.
Right, no justice, no peace. You know, or another shooting again in Best Eye, or Brownsville, or whatever the hell Jake is at, man. Connecticut, whatever.
Yeah. This is Amos chapter 5 verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies.
So the Lord ain't with it. The Lord's not with these feast days. If it's not going into the scriptures, all right. If it ain't going into we're not understanding the scriptures. If it ain't going into the history, all right, then the Lord is not dealing with it, man. All right, everybody's praying that the parade goes smooth so they can make some money. All right, or nobody gets shot, or they can enjoy the whole thing. They praying for it to happen, or it don't rain, you know. But the Lord is not dealing with that, man. If it goes smooth, it goes smooth. If it don't, it don't. If it's the Lord's will, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know, but just expect something to happen. Because why? Because the Lord says he's not dealing with your feast days. All right. I
despise your feast days.
I despise your feast days, man. Hate. All right, that's a strong word. You said the Lord don't hate. You said what? I hate your feast days.
Right.
You know, I hate your feast days.
And I will not smell your solemn assemblies.
And I will not smell your solemn assemblies. All right. That's what I know.
Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Right.
Yeah, it says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. So the Most High ain't dealing with no goddamn Labor Day. The Most High ain't dealing with any of these holidays that these people celebrate in this world, especially here in America. Any holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, Independence Day, none of this have to do with the Most High or his son or the scriptures. But yet, you got our people going hard like it's this. You got our people like going all out like it's this. And that's why the scriptures refer to you as the Lord's sheep of the house of Israel. You are the Lord's sheep. You are the dry bones. You are the valley of dry bones, because you don't know who you are. You don't know where you came from. You don't know who your enemy is. You don't know who your God is. You don't know nothing. But you act like you know every goddamn thing. Our people swear up and down that they know every goddamn thing. When we out there teaching, they come up and try to teach us. Like, yeah, look what I know too. So why don't you go down the block or go up around the corner and teach your goddamn self? You always trying to teach a teacher. Because that's Jake always seeking vainglory. Jake is always seeking to outdo somebody. And it's not about that. It's all about giving glory to your power, your God, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. All right?
I got you.
Yeah.
It's Ephesians 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
So it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly. Circumspect meaning looking, being aware of your surroundings. Circa meaning circle. Spec meaning to look. So you're supposed to have a 360 degree sight of what's going on around you. Okay? I don't mean spin around in a circle and look around. Don't be simple. Just be aware of your surroundings. Guys, be circumspect.
Not as fools, but as wise.
Not as fools, but as wise. So you going out there on the parkway, getting drunk out your mind, getting high out your mind, getting possessed by demons, thinking I'm just having a good time, I'm living my life.
My best life.
I'm living my best life, which your best life is in captivity, slavery. There's no such thing as a best life in slavery and captivity. I don't give a damn if you a thousandaire, millionaire, billionaire. You still are a slave. And if the so-called white man don't want you to eat somewhere or don't want you to stay somewhere, guess what? Your nigger ass ain't going to stay there. Trust. What's the example? Meek Mills went to this hotel in Las Vegas. Guess what? They told his nigger ass that he couldn't stay there. They said it was too crowded. But in all actuality, he was a rapper, and that would bring more fans or, you know, people that they don't want.
That'll bring money towards them, really. That'll bring them money.
Exactly. But they know if one nigga comes, more niggas are going to come. And they don't want niggas in their establishment. So guess what? They told Meek Mills that he couldn't go there. Oprah Winfrey, she was over there in London somewhere, her high sedity ass. She was trying to shop at this store. They told her they was following her around like she was a nigga about to steal something. And they told her that she couldn't shop at that place.
Add on Boozy Badass, little Boozy Badass, and his family was out there shopping. And Edomites called the cops on him. It was a big thing. He lost his jewelry for like 2 days or so. He couldn't find his jewelry. $1 million worth of jewelry. And eventually he found it, but he had a hard time, man. He was up there crying on the camera. Can't believe he's being treated that way. You know, but the reason being treated that way is because he's more than a nigga. This is not our rest.
That's simple. So be circumspect, not as fools, but as wise. We are wise because we understand what time we living in. We understand that we have an enemy. We understand we in captivity. We know the name of our power. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. We know who we are. The Israelites, according to biblical prophecy. God.
It says Ephesians 5:16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil.
Buying back the time because the days are evil. So we are watching as well as praying. Because we know that we living in some evil times. We are living in the times coming into it, Jacob's trouble. Well, we in the stages already, man. Like, we ain't coming into it. You got South America burning, getting deforestation. You got parts of Venezuela that's famine. People are eating each other. There's all hell is breaking loose on you Israelites, man. All hell is breaking loose because the Lord is visiting the earth through these great judgments. Our people still being gunned down, still being mass incarcerated. All these things is happening to us because the Lord is visiting the earth. It's time to wake up out of our sleep. Man.
It says, therefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Read it again, Baba Shah.
Right. It says Ephesians 5:17. It says, I'll start 16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil.
Evil meaning bad times. Eve meaning time. Ill meaning bad. We are living in bad times. But you niggas is focusing on bitches shaking their ass at Labor Day and fried chicken sandwiches.
Folly. Yeah.
And throwing tomatoes at each other.
Yeah, don't be a killjoy.
And we hate it.
Yeah.
Well, the scriptures say you hate them that rebuketh at the gates.
Therefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So
we're not supposed to be unwise, caught up into what these niggas is caught up into in the world. Honestly, we ain't supposed to give two shits about it. We ain't supposed to be partakers of it. Because we are not of this world. We know this is not our rest. Now, if somebody throwing a cookout, then I say not eat. Don't eat at a cookout. Of course you can eat. Of course you can do those things. But you still know with the will of the Lord, at any given moment, this shit can get shut down and judged. Death can happen. Destruction can happen. At any given second. Yeah.
It says, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
Yeah, now that's what them niggas are going to be doing on that parkway. They're going to be literally drunk and philosophically drunk. Off of Bacchus.
There you go. Spirits. It says, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was it. Got anything closing statements, anything last to say?
You know, that's it, man.
Hey, we pray and hope that you was edified. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakah Kodash. Till next time we say